And welcome back. This is your man Warrior, and I wanted to test out how this is going to look on my channel because I am honestly not sure. I never use my phone for doing videos, but this particular game is awkward. It does not really play well to doing live. You've got to use an emulator. There's no way to spin. And when you're playing the game, you really want to be able to spin the game. And so, anyway, without buying like a brand new laptop or anything like that, there's really not going to be any way to probably play this game aggressively and show you guys kind of how to play. So, I wanted to test see if the audio is acceptable or not. If the audio is really bad, then maybe we won't. But I wanted to get your feedback. So this is going to be the opportunity for everybody out there to kind of jump on and give me some feedback. How does the game sound in the background? How do I sound audio wise? How does the game look? So yeah, what's up, apropos? How are you doing, brother? I have the comments on right now, and so I can read everything's going on. Dave Baker says everything sounds good right now, so that's good. I wanted to play and just so you could kind of hear the game in the background. The game doesn't have a ton of sounds and stuff like that, but if I'm gonna play the game and whatnot, I wanted to be able to actually play it genuinely. On the emulator, it's really, really difficult to play the game. I do not know how this is going to look on YouTube because it's vertical. So I don't hear the game. The mic is not squealing. So that's good. Yeah. So the game doesn't have many background noises, but we'll click. We're going to look for a match. So here we go. We'll see. It says Robert. Now, it may be a live player, it may be a replay. What a replay is an individual who played already, who's been recorded. Now, this is not actually a replay. This is a live player because you can see his entire name. If his name said Robert dot dot dot, then it would be a replay. But because it is his entire name showing, I know that he's actually this is actually him playing me. So hopefully the YouTube overlay doesn't affect my gameplay. We're about to find out. And you guys are going to see my phone kind of moving around a little bit while I try and do this. I've got the wind against me. So this slider scale adjusts the fade, which is how the angle goes. And then up or down is kind of how far it rolls. I'm going to try to roll this as hard as I can. And then I'm going to try and move it up as far as possible. Now you can also do that by moving this over and then down for power. And this is going to be kind of a crazy shot. I'm probably going to be in the grass, and that's okay.
Great shot.
That is a grass shot, and that's okay because my second shot will get me out of the grass. Oh, I went over the grass. That was a pretty good shot. That was actually a really good shot. Normally, with that much wind against me, I'd be in the grass, but I made it over. I'm just happy I'm playing a live player because a lot of times we get what we call replays. Replays are where they record you playing your round, and then they take those recordings and play them against other players when a live player isn't available. That way, there's always someone available to play. And they'll take your best games, like your Eagles, right? And that's what they'll play against other people. So that was his upshot. That's actually a really good upshot. And so now I'm going to move the wind 90 degrees. I want it facing 90 left so it's easy to manage. And I'm going to move the fade to aim towards the basket. And I'm going to give it just a little bit of roll. I know this is not accurate to real disc golf, you guys. You got to check your brain at the door. Now, how it's going to roll is right into the sand, if you can see that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it just a little bit of power, and I'm going to put it just a little to the right, and this should roll out away from the sand and hopefully go just to the right of the sand. And it didn't because of the wind. or to the left of the sand, sorry. Well, that's good because he didn't want to be in the sand. Sand shots require a new disc. Again, you have to check your brain at the door. I know with real disc golf, you could keep using the same disc, but this game, they obviously want you to be force fed to use certain discs for certain shots, which is fine. That's obviously their desire is for you to have to use a full bag, if you will, a full bag of discs, which is fun actually. Okay, so I can try and dunk this. So I'm going to lower the roll because if I miss, I don't want it to roll away from me. And I'm actually going to spin. This is what I was talking about, spinning it. And I'm going to put the wind vertical straight up. And I'm actually going to pull it down. And I'm going to go to the outside of that ring, which is a lot of variant, and then I'm going to pull back for a lot of power. And hopefully that's a sinker. Hopefully that's an eagle. Oh, man. So close. That was so close. Dang it. That was so close. That was almost for the victory. That's all right. We're going to tie, and then we're going to go into sudden death. That should have been my victory, but that was my fault for missing that shot. How's the audio for the game? Hopefully it's low enough that it's not distracting. We both got birdies, which honestly suck. You really need to shoot eagle or above at the level I'm at. I'm at max trophies. So at max trophies, you really need to shoot eagles. Oh, and I hate this hole. This is the absolute worst hole for me. I hate this hole. My only advantage is he's using no launcher with 16 wind, which is a really, really difficult shot, but he's got a good driver. So he's got a good driver. He's going to get a good roll. Yep, that's rolling down. Man, that's a good roll. He's pretty close. That's pretty neat. Well, we'll see if I can get closer. That's the goal, is closer. We are going to do some rolling, and we're going to power it up a little bit.
Great shot.
And hopefully I don't go into the grass. There we go. Now I need to get my roll on. Come on, roll closer. Oh, he won. He had a closer roll than I did, so he'll win $1 million. Beep. And I lose my trophies, 26 to 30. I can hit rematch. He'll probably not take the rematch, but that would be pretty cool if he did. He's a real player, so he could take the rematch if he wants it. Most people don't, though. They're kind of like, take the money and run. He's just sitting. He's thinking about it. He's like, maybe. Come on, Robert. Do it. Take the rematch. Come on. He's really thinking hard. Come on. What are we doing here? You just going to sit here forever or what? Oh, okay. Bailed on me. You don't get live players all the time. And I just lost, so that stinks. We'll play again. I've got like 62 million credits, and credits are how you play the game, so we're good on that. This one, I have no idea. When it says guest, it means they have not registered their account with Facebook, so you don't know if it's you, whether you're playing like a real player or like a bot until you go into the shootout. So, all right, because the wind is going to pull my disc to the far left, I only need to straighten the disc out because it curves to the right. So I'm going to curve it to the left just a little. This slight hook is going to straighten my disc out just a little bit. When it hits, it will roll a little bit straighter for me, and it will keep it. Oh, I didn't hook enough. That's a terrible shot for me. That's a bad beginning. Hopefully this is a live player and he does a similar trashy shot, but probably not. Looks like a replay. I've played this replay, and it looks like this one. I think I have played this one before. He shoots it right inside that little jettison of good grass. The wind pulls it into that little spot of grass right here. It rolls right in here. Yep, but it goes into the grass. Darn replays. Sure shot. What up, Sure Shot? So I wonder how this looks on YouTube. Does it fill in the gap on the left and right or anything like that? I don't know how it looks. Yeah, I can't reach there. So we want to stay on the green so it lets me use good discs. Try and reduce the amount of rolling. And we'll just do a nice little shot. Yeah, there's good discs and not so good discs, and so you want to make sure you're using drivers. Drivers tend to be, get you where you want to be, and they tend to be more accurate. So, we'll see. He's using a hawk. He's going to straighten it out, pull it back to the left. Yep, I have played this replay before. This is a replay. Perfect shot. I have to go to full screen on my phone or to get chats out of the way. Yeah, okay. So it's putting chats in there. Okay, so you guys can see chat. I was interested to see how it went. All right, so I don't want it to roll out of control. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to put the wind going straight to the left so it's controllable by me. And when you look at the rings, I know that I need to move. I want to be right about there for the wind. And then I know the wind is going to bring me here if I move over to right about here. So the wind should bring me right where I want to be, but I'm going to give myself just a little bit of motion. Great shot. Hopefully this hits the pole. We'll see. Oh, just missed it by that much. Yeah. Oh, well. And, yep, he's in plenty of range to eagle this shot, unfortunately. And we're not even going to line it up. We're just going to guesstimate, shoot it, and get an eagle. Yep, this is a, oh, hey, we're not even trying. We're just going to shoot this little 10. We're not looking, and we're going to just accidentally shoot an eagle. Yeah, I've played this replay before. Yeah, whoops, it rolls in. By the way, this game allows rolls. Rolls in like when it rolls and hits the pole. Again, you have to check your brain at the door because pole shots don't count anymore. But once upon a time, pole shots did count for the PDGA. So they're kind of playing new rules and old rules. But that's because of the overlays. So we're pretty close. I want to pull it off just a little. So to about there. And then we're going to pull it back to average strength. Oops, I shot off myself. But that still might be in. Oh, that was luck because the swinger thing, I'm not very good at the motion, but you gotta release it right in the middle, and mine was slightly off to the left. And so that was just kind of luck that I had everything else perfect. We're gonna tie again and have to go to a shootout again. And we'll know whether this is a replay or not through the shootout. They'll have a different launcher. A launcher is the thing that throws your disc, but I know it's a replay. I've played this exact replay before. So I get to go first. All right. So So I like to put the wind straight against me, and it's going to take me about here. Um, and then 12. That's crazy, but that's where we need to go.
Great shot.
And hopefully that gets me close. Come on, come on. Oh. And then sometimes the replays suck at the shootout, and sometimes they give you a replay that puts it right there next to the hole. See, he has a different launcher. He's got that red launcher, which is called a dragon launcher. And in the last round, he didn't have a launcher. He had that like basic launcher. So that's a dead giveaway that you're playing a replay, because the replays will pick just random replays to play against you for the regular game versus the aftermarket game or the shootout. So hopefully this is just a trash shot right here. I'm pretty sure this is a trash shot. He hits the grass. Yeah, boom. And it cuts short. I've seen that replay before. That's a good replay for me because I win. So there we go. I get my million back up to max trophies. Give me my money. So I don't know what you guys think about this game, but I wanted to test this out. Could see kind of how this works, see the vertical aspect. I want to, here in a minute, kind of get off, take a look at it, and see what it looks like and all of that myself personally, because I was curious as to kind of how it looked and all of that, because I was pretty curious about that myself. There's standings up here. You can kind of see I'm in Masters 3. There's lots of divisions. You start out, there's beginner. You have to collect cards to get your discs, right, leveled up. And then you go into rookie and you get a 10% bonus when you open chests. And then you have to work your way through the rookies. And then pro. And then after you get through pro, you work in your way to Masters. I'm in Masters 3. So when I open a chest, every chest I open, I get 90% more cards for each one. Working my way into champions. Champions is just the highest you can go, so that's pretty cool. I'm currently in the promotion zone, but that doesn't mean anything. I can be bumped out pretty easily because it's just the beginning of that. So, and then in the division, actually in the world, there's a ton of people, like a couple hundred people, I think 150 or so, that have max trophies. I'm at 110, which really means nothing. But it's a lot like Clash Royale in the sense that you get chests, you have to unlock them. You've got bags up top, which is like your your different decks, if you will, the decks that you build. I have some cards that are some discs that are maxed out. Like I have my throne, the fast food disc, which is kind of a cool looking disc, honestly. it's kind of cool looking. And then they have different things. So like power is how far you can throw the disc without like having to like overpower it. It just naturally will go that far. Accuracy is how accurate it is. So where you want it to land, it will land exactly pinpoint where you place it, and or how close, how tight the circle is that it lands. So it kind of has a bigger or smaller circle based on that. Fade is that top slider bar that you can move left and right to kind of angle your shot. So the more fade, the more angle. I know that's kind of, you got to check your brain at the door, but that's kind of cool because where it lands, you can kind of angle where it goes after it lands. So the more fade, the better. Curl is kind of like fade. It's additional fade after it lands, but it also causes it to curl around stuff in the air. So the more curl you have, I mean, if there's a tree in front of you, you could actually curl it around the tree in front of you by using curl. And then guideline is that line that you see on the ground that kind of shows you where it's going to go. The longer it is, the better you'll know And so if you have a really short guideline, you have no idea like when it lands where the heck it's going, which is not really that good because it's going to travel a long way. And if you don't know where it's going, you're going to go in places you don't want it to go. So the longer the guide, the better. Put it into perspective. Like, look at that guideline on Chakram. It's really short. So like 50% of its ground travel, you have no idea where the ground travel's going. Like, so you have no idea where it's going to end out. So there's that. And like I said, there's mid-range, short range, rough discs, sand discs, putters, and then launchers. And launchers are the things that you use to throw the discs. But you unlock them. They give you free rewards, a few times a day where you can go in and get free crystals. So pretty simple, pretty easy, pretty fun game. You can buy those extra bags, so to speak, so you can have extra. I don't do it. I think that's silly. I don't think you need it. I am going to do a worth it series often for this game because they do offers. One of the offers just disappeared, but when you qualify for a tournament, they do tournaments every other weekend. Tournaments are actually really fun, kind of like we had Grand Arena Championships in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. In this game, they have tournaments, and tournaments are super lighthearted, fun, really fun, really good times. You just go in, you qualify. If you don't qualify, they'll let you do it a couple more times to try to qualify. And if you can qualify in the first 3 rounds, then you get to play. So that's really generous. And then you get to play. And if you don't do well in the first round, they still give you like a runner-up prize, which is like, here you tried, so it's like something. And then if you do, you go into a third round. In the third round, you get even better prizes. So it's rewarding nonetheless, which is pretty cool. They give you a qualifying offer. So this qualifying offer is $5, and it's every time you qualify, every other week. So it's a super good deal. $5 every time. Everybody gets it every time. 500 diamonds for $5 is their normal deal, but they also give you 2 million coin and 45 launchers. This is one of the best launchers in the game, and they give you 45 of them, which is enough to do the entire tournament every single time, all because you qualified. So, really good deal. If you end up loving the game, this is one of those things where if you were going to spend money, $5 twice a month, $10 a month to play and have launchers guaranteed. But you wouldn't even have to spend money on it. You wouldn't even have to buy this because they give you a ton of crystals every single day. This game gives you probably 800 to 1200 crystals every single month without trying. 800 to 1200. And you can use those in the store down here to buy launchers. But even better than that, they do what's called like pop-up, like lucky rewards. And the lucky rewards will be like, hey, do you want this launcher for 50% off? And you'll have crystals because they give you tons of crystals. You'll get a lucky reward and you'll be like, yep, I want that one for 50% off, please. And you'll buy a bunch of launchers for a super cheap deal, like 300 crystals for, 50 good launchers. So you'll want to wait until you get those good deals pop up. And they pop those deals up while you're playing the game. So they're like, hey, here's a really good deal. Big watch out, don't ever buy coin. Which is like this, like don't buy the coins. The game, you earn coin. And once you play the game, you like earn a lot of it. So you don't need ever. I mean, look at that. $100 would only get you a 500,000 coin. I just won a 500,000 coin in a single game. That's $100 in a single game. I don't think so. That is ridiculous. So anyway, hopefully this little tutorial is fun and you guys got to check it out. And I enjoy this game a lot. There's some of you out there that may go check it out and some of you that won't. They do have a really fun replay. So if you want to go back, you can go back and look at favorites and you can see some of your favorite shots. Let's see. You can go back. I don't even know. Let's go watch. I don't even know what this was. So I was lining up a roller shot. So I got directly below it, took the roll down, straightened out the shot, Shoved it up because I knew the wind was going to drag it down, right? Wind's going to drag it down, so shove it up so when the wind pulls it back, it still rolls up. Put it right in the middle. Didn't get a perfect release, but it was still enough to roll and hit the pole. And so that was one of mine. That was a win, by the way. And you can see different replays. Here's a replay. I have no idea what this one is. I guess we can watch it. Oh, here's a hole. It's kind of a short hole, this one. It's a really short hole. You can actually get a hole in one on this one if you're good enough. And I don't remember what I get on this. But so I put enough roller on it, and then the wind is taking it like 10 almost to the right. So what do? I pull it to the left enough that when the wind drags it to the right, it'll be exactly where I want it. And then I put some roll to the right to straighten that disc out a little, because where I had it, still wasn't lined up perfectly. So it bounces and then it rolls, and I did get a hole in one. Boom! Yeah, that was a good shot. That was a good one. Yeah, poles count. Again, you have to check your brain at the door on these, but you have replays, so these are kind of fun. You can check out previous shots and how you did, and they store them. 100 of your shots, and then recent wins and losses. You can go back and look at your wins and losses, and so that's pretty fun. I personally like that. So, yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this, guys and gals. I'm going to go ahead and stop session so I can go ahead and check out and see what you guys saw, so I can see if this is worth doing. But if you did like this and you want to me to do more of these videos, I could do a lot more of these videos throughout the week and stuff, just even if they're spontaneous and just a few games at a time. Leave them in the comments down below. As always, make sure you keep your gaming on. Warrior